Hello, Brazil. My name is Ryan Niemiec. I'm a psychologist, education director of the VIA Institute on Character, and the author of several books, one of which is Character Strengths Interventions, a field guide for practitioners. And I'm so delighted that Character Strengths Interventions is translated into Brazilian Portuguese. Now, I'm especially excited about this because, for one, it is a great collaboration and a great team of people from different organizations that has come together in synergy to bring to you this book. So that's very exciting. I'm also excited about it because Brazil is one of the countries that is a leader in positive psychology. I have the opportunity to connect with researchers and practitioners and educators around the globe, especially around the topic of character strengths. And I've always been impressed by the people that I've met from Brazil and by the great amount of people that seem to be interested in this topic. So I think that speaks well to Brazil, and it speaks well to the field of positive psychology. Now, so what is in this book, Character Strengths Interventions? Well, it's broken into different parts. We can think of one part as being going through all the concepts that you need to know to become strength-based, and especially to become character strengths-based. So going through the main concepts, such as the dimensionality of our character and how character is plural and what is meant by strengths and the different kinds of strengths that human beings can have. Also in this first part is emphasis on what we as practitioners can do to use our character strengths. So there are several different key ideas. For example, practicing strength spotting within yourself and within your clients, your students, your employees. Another key idea is to use your own character strengths in sessions with your clients or in meetings with your employees. So after going through these key concepts, diving deep into one of the hottest topics called character strengths, going into these different practices and ways of applying character strengths, then we come upon other areas that are of great interest to people in the field, advanced issues, really. And these are areas such as the overuse of character strengths and the underuse of character strengths, really trying to find that balance, that golden mean of strength expression. And we delve into other issues such as what are our hot buttons, those sensitive areas we have with character strengths, where we maybe get frustrated with somebody else because they're not using enough kindness or not using enough wisdom or enough curiosity. Or maybe we think they're using too much gratitude or too much spirituality or too much creativity, and it bothers us in some way. So what do we do with these kinds of issues? So we explore that in the advanced issues chapter, as well as looking at different ways that character strengths integrate with key areas in positive psychology, such as mindfulness and flow and savoring and hypnosis. So that's all really I think of as a main section. Then you get into another section of the book where I go through different fact sheets for each of the 24 character strengths. So each on one page, what do you need to know about this strength? Quick summary of the latest research on it. Quick summary of a couple very practical research-based applications. What the strengths are most correlated with in terms of other strengths in the classification, such as creativity and curiosity coming together closely, and hope and zest coming together closely. And looking at the dimensions of the strengths, how they fare in terms of heart strengths and mind strengths, key questions that you might ask for, thinking about strengths or exploring strengths with a client. So that's all fit into one page each for the 24 strengths. Those are sort of the spotlights or the fact sheets. Then another key area of the book is what people really appreciate, which is 70 step-by-step character strengths interventions. And this is where I used research in positive psychology and the larger field of psychology in general as a guide for creating these different interventions and for outlining them. And research was the foundation of all of this. And so you'll see categorized across the 70 interventions, categorized by character strengths linked with meaning and engagement in life, character strengths linked with mindfulness, character strengths linked with positive relationships, character strengths linked with resilience. And each of these is a 1 or at the most 2-page intervention sheet where you get the latest research, the steps to do the intervention, key tips and things to remember, and so on. So those all come in the form of handouts as well, so you could photocopy them for your clients. Same thing with the fact sheets. Now this book has, the English version of it has done well. Many people refer to it as positive psychology's first field guide. So the first research-based guide from the field of positive psychology for us practitioners that want to help our clients with their strengths. I've heard some people refer to it as the Bible of strengths. Some have said that it's the most science-based yet practical book to come out of positive psychology. So there's all sorts of humbling and positive things that have been said about the book, including from people like Marty Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, one of the leading leadership thinkers on the planet, Marshall Goldsmith, leading positive psychology luminaries such as Lee Waters and several others. So it's been very exciting for me in that sense, and I'm just very happy that this is going to be offered to the public in Brazil. And it's something I don't take lightly at all, because to write a book is one thing, but to have it have the honor of being translated is another level. So I'm very appreciative of that. I want to offer one more thing for everybody listening here, and that is the highest strengths, the highest character strengths among the people in Brazil. And so the latest research shows that the Brazilian people, the highest strengths, most frequently endorsed strengths, are fairness, kindness, judgment critical thinking, gratitude, and honesty. So it's this very nice blend of heart-based strengths, kindness and gratitude, and mind-based strengths, fairness and being fair in your thinking and how you approach things, being a critical thinker. That's one of the things I love about the Brazilian people, is that balance. But then here's something else that's interesting. If you go just outside of the top 5 for people in Brazil, going into the next 4, you have hope, teamwork, love, and leadership. And I'll say hope is not very common to be that high. So I think that's something especially important to take note of, that there is this flurry and this energy of hope within many of the people, and that perhaps that mixes in nicely with teamwork and being a good citizen and really valuing citizenship and all of us coming together in that way. And then you mix that in with that warmth and genuineness of love. So really coming from that right place. And that mixed yet again with leadership, the 9th highest. So being able to bring forth these positive messages, bring forth strengths work in a positive way as a good leader. So that profile of strengths for Brazil leaves me feeling even more energized and more excited. So I thank you for your attention and thank you for supporting this book, and I wish you well.